Hello and welcome to the first episode of Cooking with Noodles. This is a show where moi, Noodles, cooks for you. How exciting is that? So, on with the show. The first thing that we're going to be cooking today is spaghetti and meatballs. Now, some of you may be thinking, wow, that's really easy. And you're right, it is. It's a bit of pasta, you got some tomato sauce that you buy at the shop and you just chuck it in a pot and voila. But I'm going to show you how you can impress the ladies or the gents and make your own pasta sauce and have some really nice chunky meatballs in there with it. So let's get cracking. First thing you're going to need is an onion. You need 2 cloves of garlic, but I'm a slack bastard, so we're going to use some of this stuff. You need some tomatoes. This is good stuff because it's already cut up for you. You don't have to worry about cutting up tomatoes because they are a pain in the butt, seriously. Got some yummy meatballs. So, go. And some parsley. How simple can you get it? Not much. So the first thing we're going to do is, well, crush the garlic, but I've already done that, previously prepared, and cut up some onion. Let's get this going. That's what I have to do. Oh yeah, you need some olive oil too, but that comes later, which we forgot to get out of the cupboard. Who knows? Always one thing you forget. So, and you have to excuse my poor cutting techniques because I'm not a chef. I'm just like you, and don't wave around knives. That's bad too. Anyway. Okay, so just gonna finally chop these onions. I think I cut this one half up a bit too big. And apparently, if you wear goggles, it helps with the crying, like I'm doing right now. These poor onions, why'd they have to die? Oh, great, thanks. Yeah, a zoom in shot, just what we need. Give it the crappy end bits. Another handy hint, if you don't want to lose a finger, is you keep your fingers curled down. Otherwise you'll chop it off. And that's no fun for anyone. Cool, I think it should do it. Finally cut enough for me. Some finely cut onions. Voila, and a tearing man. All right. Next would be the garlic, but we don't have to worry about that. Olive oil, meatballs. You can either make your own meatballs or you can just buy a pack of ones because it's easier. And what we're going to just do is cut them in half. Get more meatballs that way. They'll cook a little bit quicker too. Don't worry if they get munted, it all ends up the same way. So here we are over at the stove. We've got the meatballs and we're about to cook them up. So just chucking a couple in a nice little hot pan. See how they go. A few more. Doesn't sizzle away. Important to make sure that they're all cooked all the way through. Now, we'll be putting the recipe and some notes in the description for the video. But you know what they say, a real chef doesn't need a recipe. But let's face it, you're watching me, so you're not a real chef, so follow the recipe. So I hope you're not cooking along with the video, because the magic of editing, we are done. I've got the last of them here, just taking them off. And they look marvellous. Now, what I'm going to do, you can leave that in there because we're just going to add the onion straight in. Now I'll soak up some of those flavours. And while that's cooking, we're going to start the spaghetti. So you can get little spaghetti thingies to tell you how much to put in per person. And these ones are thicker. Usually about that much per person, give or take. Experiment, have fun. Better to have too much than too little. Some boiling water. So you want to cook the onions until they are sort of see-throughy. You can tell when they're cooked. Well, they won't be see-through so much with this one. Lovely smell. Almost there, I think. They don't take too much. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to add some garlic. That'll do. Just mix that through a bit. Oh yeah, and you want to make sure the water's boiled before you put the pasta in case you didn't know. And I think for about time to add the tomato paste. Don't be alarmed at how gluggy it may look just now, because you've got to let it simmer and reduce down a little bit so it won't be as watery. So it's going to take about 10 minutes or so for it to reduce down. So while that happens, I'm going to enjoy a nice cold beverage. Cheers!